Hi guys!
Hey everybody!
Welcome back to the Escapism podcast.
Look, I never call you guys everybody. Hi.
I feel like you do.
Days,
Oh, you say
ladies.
hey guys. Hi guys. I don't know. Wait, gays days?
I don't know. Everybody. Hey.
Period.
All inclusive.
All inclusive. First, before we start off, guys, I just want to let everyone know that the Escapism podcast is now on Spotify.
For those who like an audio listen.
And probably also on everywhere that you can listen to your podcast. So yeah, by the time you get this episode, our episodes will be on everywhere.
Period.
Because this person she doesn't really relate to the audio.
I don't. I'm more of a visual person,
She
guys.
likes video podcasts like this.
I do. I like to see. I like how you guys can connect. We make eye contact.
You can connect with audio as well.
Not unless it's music. For me personally. Everybody has a t-shirt.
Mind you, we have a podcast, which is great. Like a regular podcast is just audio.
Yes. But I like the format that we've made it now in society. And, let's do that.
Okay. Did we say I'm your host, Jaden?
No, you just jumped into that.
I'm sorry. I'm your host, Jaden.
I'm Sanaya.
And this is the Escapism podcast. This is Sanaya's, she actually chose this podcast episode, guys, because usually it's me, but she's gonna take over.
So today, guys, we're gonna be talking about our childhood memories. I feel like we've definitely talked about how we came to be. We've talked about our friendship and how we've met and a little bit of background before that, but we haven't gotten real deep into the roots. You don't know how we came like this.
Roots.
That felt racist a little bit. You could have reached for your own hair. Okay. God, our skin is such contrast, you. Oh my God, not feeling racist.
Oh no, guys.
This was a dream.
Am I okay?
Yeah.
But today we're talking about childhood memories. So for you guys to get to know us a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
For us to tell us a little bit something about ourselves, because usually we're just talking about our opinions and pop culture, our
but
music,
where did our
movies.
opinions start
But
from?
let's talk about our childhood.
Let's talk about how iconic we've always been.
Yes.
Okay.
Icon. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go first. So one of my childhood memories, I'm gonna start off with when I was in 3rd grade. When you're younger, you're in elementary school, you have weekly spelling tests or so, and I used to study them with my dad, I think, in the car, but we stopped doing that around this time. I don't know, but I didn't look at the terms that were gonna be on the test, so I was nervous about it, but I had notes about them. So what I thought would be a smart idea is to what did I do? Oh, I took my journal. I had a composition notebook. I put that underneath my table and at my feet, thinking I'll just flip the pages with my foot. My 3rd grade teacher.
What?
Just so we're clear, guys, it's not we had desk. We had our individual desk, and you can very clearly see my feet. You can very clearly, my feet aren't even facing my teacher's desk. She can so clearly see me. But I thought that, you know what?
What?
I don't know.
Where was the context clues?
It was very dumb, but I thought that she wasn't gonna see, so I put my journal there, and I was like, I'll just flip the pages through my foot. And I didn't even get the opportunity to do that before she put her hand on my shoulder.
Go ahead and log out for me.
And she said, come with me. And then we went outside to the back. We went outside the classroom, and I'm over here crying. She's like, so you're gonna get a 0.
You could have got something if you didn't cheat and you were just getting them wrong.
Exactly.
Participation.
But she told me that I was going to get 0. And she told me, Miss Monges, I love you. But you told me in 3rd grade, I'm not going to tell your parents. And then later on, in elementary school, you still send back home all of your grades and all of every the way she did it is that she would clean out her papers. She sent us home with a folder every month or so or at the end of every quarter, and we would bring them home to our parents or whatever, or keep them, throw them in trash, whatever. She just wanted them out of her classroom, which I understand. But she gave me back my test that I had failed, and she wrote a big fat 0 on them.
Oh, that's petty.
And she told me, no, she wasn't petty. She was a very nice teacher, but she wrote a 0 on it, and she was like, okay, well, you have to bring this back within a week, and it has to be signed by your parents. And my face dropped, and she was like, you never told them? And I was like, no, you said you weren't going to tell them. Why would I tell them? I thought I was in the clear.
Right.
And literally for the next week, my mom, love her.
I'll be shitting bricks.
I literally was. My mom is a lovely person, but she works like morning shifts, like overnight. She goes to work at like 2 a.m. So she's always tired, and she's a mom, so she'll do anything to get me and my brother out of her face. She'll say yes to just about anything. So sometimes she'll sign stuff. Like if I need a field trip form signed and she's tired, she'll do it in her sleep. And that's it.
Now you're trying to do like a little Disney Channel switcheroo.
So I literally tried. So I kept coming. I kept coming to her. I kept waiting till she went to sleep. And just when she was in like too deep, like she was snoring, I would come up to her and be like, "Mom, can you sign this?" And she wasn't fully awake. And then she was like, she would like pick up the pen, but then she would fall back asleep. I'm like, Mom. And then she was just like, so now I'll just sign it later. And I did that and I tried to bug her about it like every night for a week until the last day came, and she was like, I'll sign it later. And then I had to wait till she was wide awake for her to sign the paper.
I'm not awake. Dang. And she saw the 0.
She saw the 0, and then I was in trouble. And it was like the only time I've gotten a real punishment for real. It was like I was grounded for. I'm third grade. I have no life.
Dad's fault for not like going over it with you. But did you study on your own?
No, I'm not a studier, guys. I don't study. I usually just wing it. You know.
You didn't wing it that time. You cheated.
No, I definitely did. And it was really
what
because
grade is this again?
Third grade, like when they were very serious about like the folders and yes.
The dividers. Oh my god.
Third grade was also.
Scantrons.
I was in third grade. Yep, I was in third grade and lying about using a training bra. I do remember that part.
Because you didn't have anything?
I didn't. Guys, I was a very late bloomer. It took me a while to get something.
Wow.
I didn't get boobs
8
till
years
like
old
grade.
is like...
But also, I felt like I was a late bloomer. But everybody else, there had to be something in the milk. Because, I don't know. There had to have been.
In the milk
I'm so sorry. But I was a very late bloomer. Like, I didn't get my first period until I was 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was worried. They told me that...
Late.
That was late, but my boobs didn't come in until like 5th grade, and I was so pressed for puberty to hit me, guys. I was so obsessed with the American Girl My Body book. My dad never let my mom get it for me. My dad would not let my mom get it for me. It's like a $12 book that tells you all about your growing body. And my dad was like,
why?
Because he was like, she doesn't need that. Like, she has you. You could just tell her about that. And my mom has always had open dialogue about puberty, but I felt left out. I wanted that book in my possession more than I wanted 16, to live.
That's what, sophomore, junior year of high school? You got your period?
I think it was my sophomore year. I got my period my sophomore year of high school.
I was 16 in junior year. I got my period when I turned 12.
I think I don't know.
It was right after my 12th birthday. I had got out from the pool. I had just got out from the pool. I had got home. I looked at my business. I was like, what the hell is this?
Boy, I was so excited when I got my period finally. I texted my best friend at the time. I texted Sierra, and I was like, girl, it finally happened. I texted her like 12:03 in the morning when I went to the bathroom, and it was like December, and I was like, I got my period. And then she was like, welcome to adulthood. You're gonna hate it, or something like that. It's a quote from somewhere.
I'm about to say, little like girl.
Yeah.
Be happy for me? Hello?
Like, welcome to womanhood. I can't remember where the quote is from, because I know that I know it. It's probably gonna come to me later this episode. But back to the test, I was grounded for about a week. And I couldn't have like TV or anything. Grounded in 3rd grade. I couldn't go to the park, guys. I would literally like lounge around by my dad, and I'd be like, I'm so bored. I'd love to go to the library or to the park or something. And my dad, who once an outside kid, was just like, go read a book in your room. Like,
reading a book was not punishment for me.
I loved reading.
Yeah.
But it's like I didn't have so many books. Like I hadn't found like the series that I loved yet. I hadn't found like Dork Diaries or like Diary of a Wimpy Kid yet. So like reading was cool, but like my books still had like a lot of pictures. I'm done with that real quick.
Oh, picture books 8?
Bitch. Okay, but I wasn't really too much of a rereader. Like I didn't have anything new to read, and so yeah, my dad just had no sympathy. He came back, and my mom, when I got back,
didn't even want to buy you a book about puberty. I don't know what you wanted from him.
Yeah, my dad's a little bit of a hard ass, guys. Not a little bit. My dad's a hard ass. But I would like write down I wrote down. My mom had me write down like a 50 or 100 times. I would never cheat on a test again. I would never cheat on a test again. And you know what? I knew I was a little bitch.
What?
When my dad came home from work, he was like, "I'm just so disappointing you," and I burst down into tears. While other kids are over here just like
They were doing way too much.
But my brother is like the opposite of that. Like my parents tell him that, and then he'll be like, he'll just shrug it off. My brother
Second
does
born.
not let it get to him. Yes, the second borns are so much stronger. Like my brother will not let that stuff get to him. My parents will whoop him.
Yeah,
and then
my brother does not care about anything.
my brother was my brother is a badass, and he would not care about anything. My parents, like, he was the kid that got whoopings. He has some stories. And one time he spent like $300 on my mom's card, like on Fortnite or something at a birthday party, and my mom
Low key real. I need them V-Bucks.
I forgot you have that obsession right now. My mom tore into him. She tore it, and he was just not crying. He over here taking like a soldier, just bracing himself for it. And then she's like, "Nah, little thing, like now you gotta get a little basket. Nah, nigga, you gonna feel this."
Like the Wheatie Bits when he wasted cereal.
Oh my god, yeah. Wait, you said what?
The Wheatie Bits, is that what it's called? Wheat Bits. You said he was like some cereal. He wasted.
Oh
cereal.
yeah, there was a time when my brother got Super White cereal. It was like
I feel like you said on the pod. I was just like bringing it up.
yeah, he got like Super White cereal or something, and my mom was like, "Oh yeah, you can't what you call it? Like he can have or whatever. It's just this basic wheat cereal. He literally just wants to put Super Whites on it, and then he wasted. My mom's like, okay.
Do this look Super White episodes?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's just reruns. But yeah, don't cheat on test kids. I was so happy that was a time when my mom was still doing my hair like every
Don't
night
cheat
or
on
every
test
2 days.
kids. But like they didn't go over it with you. But like then again, what were the words like important?
Guys, I don't know. It was like 10, maybe it was like 10 words. It was not that big of a deal for a test. I was just
For you to have, I'm just picturing you with like like everyone can see your feet, and you got this journal at the bottom of your feet trying to flip it with your feet. It's crazy. First of all, why are you trying to flip it when you could just have every word just like written on that page?
And then my best friend,
just like your teacher looking at you, looking at your feet, like what is she doing?
But like I was not a genius at cheating at that time, guys. My best friend literally told me that she used to wear a skirt and she would like raise or shorts or something, and she would write on the answers on her thigh and then just raise it up and put it back down while she was taking a test. That's genius for a child. That's before
That's
TikTok.
crazy, but like I used to have so much anxiety about even thinking about cheating on like an in-person test like that.
Oh, you were a nerd.
Even if I didn't know it, I would like just sit there like guess like B, C. Didn't know anything. Like people like are really creative on the ways that they cheat.
Nah, I'm just gonna look
Like
over my
the
shoulder.
bitches like got the shit written in their hand. Crazy.
I can't. My hands would get sweaty then. It's
Just,
just
like,
all
rub it
I feel
off.
like you have clammy hands.
Wow, I do. How do you know that?
I don't know. You just felt it.
You just felt the aura of clammy
I did.
hands.
I did. Your hands being clammy.
Wow. Call me Clamantha.
Okay, go with your story.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about the sprained knee again.
Okay.
Because you didn't talk about the.
I'm gonna bring it up later, but
Okay.
like, I didn't want to start off with that one.
Well, I am.
Okay. Guys, we filmed for like 16 minutes. And she didn't press record. So
I didn't, and now like the audio actually matters because we're posting on Spotify. Because at first I was like, they could just listen to like the beginning part without it. Like it's okay. They were like, no, Spotify. That's kind of bad. Okay, but I'm gonna talk about this one story of how I've sprained my knee. I've sprained my knee 2 times in my life. I'm gonna talk about both of them. I have like honestly like really bad knees because I'm 6 feet tall.
Which I just found out today, guys.
Yeah, and the last time I'm 6 feet, but like I stand next to you all the time.
I know you're tall, but I don't ever think like how tall are you?
How tall are you?
I'm like 4.5 or 5 feet.
5'4"?
5,
You're not that short. Maybe.
I think maybe I'm 5 feet.
Like we're like the same height when we sit down.
You have long legs, not like a long torso.
Oh, that's so like body proportion is so weird.
It's so insane, and it's literally insane the way that people will just be like made differently.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like I just saw a video on TikTok of someone taller and someone shorter sitting down, and they were the exact same height when they sat down, but like the one person was like literally a foot taller than them.
I'm just happy I don't have long legs.
That's crazy. But I sprained my knees twice. So let's talk about, I was already having problems when I first sprained my knee. I sprained my knee the first time in 8th grade. I was in my English class and I was walking around passing out papers for my teacher because, you know, I'm a nice little good kid. I was passing them out and one piece of paper fell on the ground. They can't see your hand do that. Fell on the ground. And I slipped on that piece of paper. slipped on it, and I fell. And
Audio
during that
listeners,
falling,
I'm putting picture to what she's saying.
yeah, for audio listeners.
For audio.
Now I have to say that now. That's so fun and cutesy and girly for the audio listeners. But I fell and I sprained my knee. My knee went outside of the socket. If people don't know how you sprain your knee, is when your kneecap goes out of your knee socket. Or like something like that. But like basically I was like, during that time I was looking up like my MCL, my ACL. Man, what the fuck do an ACL do besides break, for real though?
Yeah, I don't ever hear about anybody saying like, yeah, I have a nice healthy ACL. Like it only comes up if you've broken it.
Like damn.
Also, raise your hand if you knew you could sprain your knee before today. Well, you've done it. I didn't know that.
I raised my hand for audio listeners.
Listeners.
But yeah, I sprained my knee. I was literally crying. My vision was going blurry. I couldn't hear anything. It hurt so bad. I fell on the ground. My friends from across the room were laughing because they thought I just fell. And they're like, haha, you embarrassed yourself.
You loser.
You loser.
You dweeb.
But yeah, they put me in a wheelchair.
Dorkosaurus.
They called my mom. Dorkosaurus is crazy. Dorkosaurus. How'd you come up with that?
I don't know. I was just thinking
Very
like Saved by
creative,
the Bell.
unique. If you were a bully in real life, you would eat.
Very tea.
But
I think I would. I hate bullies. I'll fuck a bully up.
oh, okay, period. Get closer to the mic. I feel like
I hate a bully.
Yes. They gave me a wheelchair,
But-
and then they called my mom, and then my mom took me to the doctor, and he gave me like an x-ray on my leg. They was like, it's not broken, it's just sprained. I'm like, okay. My mom was taking pictures of me posting. I think she posted it somewhere, but I don't know if she posted it, talking about, look at Luigi, she slipped on a banana. Crazy work.
Literally insane.
That's when I
My mom
got
probably do the same thing.
the biggest knee brace I've ever seen. Had strapped on my leg. That bitch had like 6 straps. Every time I take it off, put it on, strapped, unstrapped, everything. I think that first time I was in my room for the whole time. Had to sleep on my back. It was bad, uncomfortable, couldn't move. It hurt everywhere. Taking like, not even joking, like 1,000 ibuprofen every couple hours. It hurt so bad. And then the
1,000 is a
second
lot.
time, yeah.
That's not even like an extra strength, because extra strength I think is, well, maybe extra strength is like 500, and then you
It's
take
bad.
two.
It was bad. And then the second time I sprained my knee is when I was playing basketball, which I played some basketball in middle school for like my 7th grade year.
I did not know she was the athletic type,
Yeah,
guys.
I was
have a thing
back
for
then.
basketball players as well.
I have a thing for basketball players.
I love basketball's the only sport I can kind of understand.
Literally me.
Like I don't understand any other
couldn't
sport.
pay me to watch football.
I don't get football. I like the little dances they do when they win. I like the little dances.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And halftime, Super Bowl, only thing I
when
really
they
care
did the
about.
Parent Trap one, and it was like, dun, dun, the people on the purple team. My boyfriend's gonna be really ashamed of them.
Ravens?
I think it's the Ravens. I don't know if there's another team that wears. There's,
See, I know some of the teams. The purple.
but
team,
isn't there like the Vikings or
That's
something
the
that?
Baltimore.
Don't the Vikings wear purple too?
I don't know.
I think the Vikings wear purple. So I'm not. I think
I
it
only
might
know
have been the
about a
Vikings. I think
handful of
it's the-
football teams.
I
The
think the
Commanders, the Ravens, the Chiefs,
the
and the
Cowboys.
Eagles, the Cowboys,
Mhm.
the
The
Eagles.
Dolphins. Mhm, Austin Mahomes.
The Dolphins. Yeah,
That's a reference to a previous episode. Go watch it.
go
again.
watch all of or
watch
watch or
them all of
listen
again.
or listen.
Or listen. Try it
But-
from a different angle.
Yeah,
You know.
from in 9th grade, I was playing basketball. I sprained my knee doing a side lunge, stretching before practice. Yeah, it was bad. My knee socket out. It stayed out for a long time too. For the video people, this is where my knee should be. This is where it was. Not good. I'm literally
No,
calling my
ma'am.
mom, crying on the floor. My knee, my knee. They went and got ice packs to put on my dislocated knee.
Because that was gonna help.
Like exactly. They're calling the ambulance to come get me. They're about to put
I
me on
love
a
how
stretcher.
stupid the nurse's office is. Though.
Like ice packs are not gonna fix everything.
But I love how stupid the nurse's
But I
office
remember this one time in elementary school where I was like low-key buddy with the nurse, and I would sit in her office and eat rice cakes with her.
I loved my school nurse. Whenever I didn't want to be at school for I go to her room and be like, "Oh, I have such a bad headache," and then she'd let me go in there, and then she'd let me take a nap, and then when I woke, she let me take a nap, and then when I woke up, she'd be like, "Well, do you feel any better? Do you want to call your mom?" And of course, I'm saying yes. I want to call my mom. Let's call my mom right now. Let's get Shakina on the phone.
But yeah, side lunge, knee out the socket, ambulance about to put me on the stretcher. Call my mom. She comes and gets me. I don't know if she took me to the doctor because at that point I'm already well seasoned in the sprained knee. I already have everything I need at home. I have 3 knee braces, all different. I have a small one, a medium one, and a large one. I have wraps to put around my knee, ibuprofen, like ice packs, ice on the knee. That's the time where I laid on the couch and I binge watched Star for the first time.
Me, get mine, pound mine, go hard, look for the like me.
Boy, stop. But that's when I watched Star, and it was so entertaining. I was on the couch. I was on the couch for a
so
week.
Amazing.
It is really good. But don't watch it if you don't want to be left on a cliffhanger.
No, I need you to go watch it, and I need you to understand the pain that comes from that cliffhanger, and then I need you to write to who is it?
I don't know.
The show? Whoever makes the show. Drew Demarest, Ryan Destiny, Brittany O'Grady. I need you to write to everybody and tell them, hey, you might have forgotten about
but like
us,
people talk about it all the time, like bring back Star. They're like, we're gonna make a movie.
Where's the movie?
Where's the movie?
You're lying,
liar.
So not to yell for our audio listeners.
And then
but it's been years. It's been years.
It's been a long time. I sprained my knee, like I said, freshman year. That's
Star got
2019.
canceled,
Before COVID.
Star got canceled, I think, freshman year, or because it was taken out like during a. Oh my God, Empire, fuck you.
And then when I finished Star, I was like, I'm going through withdrawal, so I started watching Empire.
Nobody was watching. I tried to watch Empire. I could not get past like episode 6. Nothing to the cast except for the weird gay guy,
Jesse Smollett.
Yeah.
When he pretended to get beat up. That's crazy.
That's wild as hell, man.
Pretending to get beat up is crazy.
But I did like his performance. Yeah, this is the kind of song that makes a
man love a man. And then like Lucius in the back like.
They kind of ate. Or when they did like the thing with Star, because I think they also did a song like that with Star and Empire. But Empire by itself was not topping Star, no. Absolutely not.
No, Star was so much better. The cast, the plot, the drama, the songs, the soundtrack. I literally listened to there's this breaking something with her, with the main character and with the man that she was with, the black man.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You know that song? Yeah. Oh my God, I literally have that on my playlist. I listen to that all the time. But after that, I literally went to school in crutches, walking around school in crutches. Had to leave class like 5 minutes before the bell rang so that I could go to class, so I wasn't like trapped in the hallway with a bunch of kids. Like
I miss that part of high school. I long for the hallways. I long for the rush.
No, like
I long for being bumped. I long for putting on my headphones like I was some emo kid.
Yes,
Just bum rushing
putting my headphones on before so I can walk to my next class.
Just speed walking, hauling ass. I miss it. Okay, my next story?
Yeah.
Okay, so my next childhood story. You saying that your friends were laughing at you after you fell made me think of one from mine. My bad. But when, I don't know how old I was. I think I had to have been like in elementary school or something, like late elementary school or early middle school, because it was still back at my old place. And it was still back at my old apartment. And me and my brother, I'm sitting in my mom and my dad's room watching TV or something like that. And my brother keeps running back and forth between my parents' room and like in the hallway, and he's really little, so I'm probably in elementary school. He's trying to scare me or something, and I just keep like, or I'm scaring him. He's running in the room like, ah, and then I scream at him, and then he leaves back out, and we do this back and forth until the last time he does it, he's moving too fast, and he bumps his head on like the corner of the wall, like right here. He bumps his head on like the corner of the wall right there, and I'm laughing. As one does when they don't know how bad someone is truly hurt. I'm cracking up, just dying laughing.
And then you see blood.
And no, I don't see it. My mom comes out. I don't check on him. My mom comes out and she hears him crying or something. And she goes
crying. You're like, I'm not gonna check on him.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
I was thinking like he was overreacting.
Don't have kids.
But oh my God, my dad my mom came to come check on him, and my mom's like, "Snide, it's not funny, he's bleeding." And she's so pissed because she could see how bad his scar is. Like he had cracked his he like broke skin, so like you could see the white part of his head.
Oh my God.
And my mom's like, "Oh my gosh, she was so pissed because it was like at night. Like we were about to have to go to bed. We were about to eat dinner and stuff. We should be getting settled for the night. And she realized that she has to take him to the emergency room to get stitches. And she's just so blown. She's so over it.
Yeah,
yeah, she was so mad at me. She was like, "Stop, just go to your room. I'm tired of this." And I go to my room. She was just so tired, and I go to my room or something like that, and I'm just in there and I'm crying or something, but I'm also laughing because I still thought it was funny. It was really hard to try and stop my laughter. That's what she was still irritated about. Because when she told me
crazy.
when she told me to stop laughing, I still kept laughing. I'm like my dad a little bit in that sense. Sorry, I'm like my dad a little bit in that sense. I was still laughing quite a bit. And my dad gets back and
he hits his head on the corner of the wall, crying and bleeding, and you're laughing at him. You sound crazy. Yeah. Now, don't even want to check up on him. You don't care.
My bad, Melvin. But my dad gets home. My mom thinks that my dad was home at the time. I will never know. My dad has a horrible memory. But my dad, I think in my memory, he came back home from getting like Subway or something for dinner, like going to go grab dinner. Because I think it was a Friday. Yeah.
I'm hungry too.
Yeah. I think that it was like a Friday or something, and so my dad was coming back from dinner, and he comes to check on me in my bunk bed, and he's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Melvin, like he had to leave and get." And he's like, "Snai, he's gonna be fine." My dad starts laughing in front of my face too, like about the situation, because he thought it was funny.
Just like your damn daddy.
Yeah. And then my mom comes back like really late, and she had stopped at Burger King because my brother hadn't eaten dinner, and she got me a little dessert. She got me like a little pie slice that they had, and the rest of my life was good.
My mom loves the Hershey pie from Burger King.
Oh my god, the Edwards pie.
I don't know.
It's like made with. It's like called Edwards. I love it. My grandmother used to spoil me with it. My Namu, that's what I call my grandmother. When I got older, I started to like it a lot less, and she got so disappointed by it. Like last time I went to the grocery store with her, and I said I didn't want to get it, she was like, "Are you sure?" Like she looked so heartbroken by the fact that I did not want this pie anymore. Or like I said like, "Okay, I'll get like 2 slices," and she's like, "No, it's not. You can get the whole pie. Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Okay. I mean." Sure, if that's what you need right now. And we get the whole pie, and I eat like 1 slice or something, and then my god brother, my god sister eat it, and then literally as I'm going home, Namu's like, "Oh, we don't need this in the house, get this out of here." So then she makes us take it home, and then my brother realizes an obsession with the pie as well. Now I want pie.
I want Subway.
I want pretzels. I want a hot pretzel, like from Red Robin.
Red Robin, yum.
I spent so much of my life in Red Robin, like when I was a kid. I feel like we went there like every other weekend for dinner.
Wow, what's the dealio? Probably the bottomless prize.
My dad really loves Red Robin.
My next story is a dream. It's very short, but it's one that I will never forget because it was low-key a little bit scary, and I can't remember what age I was. But it was before my brother was born. I was like not even like 5 or 6 years old. Mm-hmm. And I have this dream.
Damn, I remember being an only child.
Wow. Life is worth living.
I was so spoiled, guys. I was the only kid that anybody knew. It was so good. It was so fun. Okay. And then he came along.
My dream. I'm sleeping in the same bed as my mom, but I'm like on the bottom half and she's at the top.
You guys had a bunk bed?
I'm laying this way.
You guys?
No.
Oh.
I was laying.
Oh, you were laying in her bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bunk beds with my mom.
I don't know.
Crazy.
You said like you were at the top half and she was at the bottom half. No. So that's what I thought.
No, she's her head is up here. My head is down here.
Okay.
At the end of the bed. I'm laying down. I'm dreaming. I'm laying down. I'm dreaming. And I have this
dream. Remember Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yeah, that was my favorite movie growing up, actually.
Love.
But I'm having this dream. I'm trying to remember it, actually. I'm in this desert. I'm in this house in the desert with my mom and my grandmother. Mm-hmm. And this man, but we're Legos. Please remember that we're Legos. We're built like Legos in my head. We're built like Legos. And this random man keeps coming up to the door. This
also
man is
Lego like, man or like human man?
I don't even know. He's like a dark, scary figure. I don't really remember his face.
You're gonna have nightmares tonight.
And he keeps walking up, knocking on the door. But like from my point of view, I'm like looking at my mom open up the door. But like the first person who opens up the door is my grandmother. She's opening up the door and she's talking to this man. He's asking for something, but she's saying no. So, and then fast forward, like dreams like go to different scenes. Mm-hmm. Fast forward,
thank you for saying that. My mom never knows what I'm talking about. So I'm like, this will happen and this will happen. Like my last big memory was like, like Die Hard theme. Like I was saving my family who was trapped in a room.
But I want to because of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
it was like my granddad's favorite movie, but it was I'd never seen it as well, but it was like Die Hard theme. Like I had to save my family from like being held hostage and stuff. And my mom did not understand that my dreams work in scenes. It broke down. Like at first this had happened, then it escalated to this, and then this happened, and this happened.
It's not like a movie.
Exactly.
I can fully go through it. But next thing, this is where like it gets a little bit weird. But you know that scene of Halloween Town? The first one, I think, of where they're in like this movie theater and the bad guy has them all like stuck in time and they're like this.
I haven't watched Halloween Town in so long, but yeah.
You remember that? That's how my grandmother was sitting in like it was like a pickup truck. She was sitting in the front of a pickup truck where, you know, like the whole thing's like seated.
Was your grandmother alive when this was happening? Yes. Is your grandmother still alive?
No.
Okay. Sorry for your loss.
It's fine. She's sitting there, but she's like frozen. Like in Halloween Town. So this is basically like Lego X Halloween Town Dream.
Okay. What did you watch
X
before
Desert.
bed?
I couldn't even know. 5 years old. Don't remember. And then it goes back to the same door where the man walks up and asks the same thing, and my mom says no. And so then it skips to the scene where my mom is also stuck in the car. Like that. And I'm literally then like crying. I'm sad. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. And I don't even know. I wake up scared. Like, I do that little fake little thing. My mom wakes up. She's like, what's going on, girl? Because my dream was so scary and I was 5 years old.
I don't really wake up from dreams screaming unless, like, somebody...
I have another one. Can I go... This is really quick. Okay. There's this one dream, like, if it had me waking up at 7 a.m. and I couldn't go back to bed, is where I was, like, my mom was taking me... We were driving. My mom was driving. It was nighttime. And then she was, like, trying to take me to, like, this dance or something, like school dance, and then she literally drives off the side of the road, and we're falling and we keep falling. There's no end to it, and we keep falling, and I'm literally so scared and so sad, like my mom was about to die, we're about to die. And then I wake up at 7 a.m. and I couldn't go back to bed because it was so scary and sad.
I don't really wake up from my dreams like screaming or crying or anything like that unless I lose somebody that's really close to me. But two dreams for me when I was a kid that were very, very memorable. One was really short, and it was like, you guys know, like, people say, don't let the bed bugs bite. I'm horrified of bugs.
Yes.
They creep me out. But my parents used to say that to me before I went to sleep. And then after this dream, I made it a rule. Do not say that to me unless you want to wake up to me grabbing your leg. I'm not even joking at this point. Because I had a dream, and it was like, I got out of bed, and I went to my parents' room, and I literally see, like, their whole room being encased in bugs.
Ew.
Like crawling all over them. They're not waking up. They're just taking over the whole room. All I can see is bugs. And that was horrifying. And then my second dream that I had was...
You're gonna make me start itching.
It was like the cat from like Paula Abdul's music video.
What?
It's a track. Like, it was like that type of vibe because it was like
cat from Paula Abdul's music video is crazy.
I only know the reference because of Sabrina the Teenage Witch when Salem was obsessed with her. I just did a recent binge, guys.
I haven't watched that in a long time.
But anywho, so it's like that type of vibe because it's humans and animation. I'm not animated, but Looney Tunes characters are. Looney Tunes characters break into my freaking house, and I see them like carrying my parents. I see them carrying my parents away on like a gurney.
Bugs Bunny.
Yes, like Daffy
Tweety
Duck
Bird.
and stuff. Like, I see them carrying my parents away, and then Daffy notices that I'm awake. So then me and Daffy get into like a karate fight in the hallway. Like, and I'm trying to get my parents back because I'm like, what are you doing? My parents. And I'm literally like, just over here karate fighting. Like fighting Daffy Duck. Like, Daffy Duck was so sassy in my dream.
I thought that was Minnie Mouse. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
Oh, I've been saying Daffy Duck. My bad, love. Daffy.
Is it Daffy?
No, I'm right. Looney Tunes is Daffy Duck. Donald Duck is Mickey Mouse.
But who's
Minnie
his
Mouse.
girlfriend?
That is in Mickey Mouse?
Yes. There's a duck that's like
I know, but I can't remember her name.
I thought it was Daffy.
Daphne? Maybe it's Daphne. It's Daphne, but in Looney Tunes it's Daffy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Looney Tunes it's Daffy Duck. And Daffy Duck wanted to take my parents, and I said, no way, Jose.
No way, Jose. Karate?
Yeah. I've had quite... I don't even know karate, guys. I've had quite a few dreams that were crazy. But that was really short, so I'm going to say another one real quick. And when I was a kid, I used to play the the flute. I never actually learned. I knew like one song from it, and it was like all because it was the same note in like A chord or something, and that was it. I literally just tried to play A chord.
Her name is Daisy.
Daisy Duck. Okay, but I tried. I only knew like one song from playing on the flute. I just was entranced by the instrument, and it got me out of class early, and I got to go leave to music class with Mr. Ambrose, I believe his name was.
You say anybody's name.
I do, because what's his first name, guys? You don't know. You don't know.
Flute. Do you still know how to play the flute?
Absolutely not. I'm telling you guys, I never really knew. I just faked it. And I would have like these recitals all the time, and I would tell my mom at the last minute. My mom would get so pissed. I faked it. I never actually learned. I just like
I don't think I was listening for real.
I never learned how to play the flute.
So you would just sit there like with a knot on your mouth and you'd be like, I would imagine one of the flute players couldn't make it and you were like the only
there was like a group of us, so they were never gonna have me do that. And I played the flute, guys, for years, plural. I started playing, I think, in 4th grade.
And you never just thought,
never.
Maybe I should just start learning.
No. I started playing the flute in 4th grade and continued all the way up until maybe 7th grade.
4th grade to 7th grade of you just sitting there not doing anything?
Not doing anything,
You're
guys.
going to practices?
I'm going to practices.
Just, why wouldn't you just like, maybe I should learn the flute?
Or drop it, but no, I just did it my way.
Why? You maybe like, maybe I should try a different instrument.
I could have, but I didn't. But I started learning the flute, and my dad, I think,
You're crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like brother banged head, crying and bleeding. You sit here for 4 years not playing the flute. Who am I sitting next to?
I don't even know why I did it. Like, I just could just did it for the plot. It was just like the importance of being like a kid, like when they called on the announcements, like, "Hi, please release all the music students to class," and I would just go away. I would literally
You could have done anything else.
Honestly, could have.
I was so excited when they brought out the recorder in elementary school. I was like, I'm about to play the recorder.
I thought that it was going to be like a snake charmer like in Dora. That's really what I thought it was going to be like. I was such an idiot. Truthfully, I'm not even going to lie to you guys.
Idiot psychopath.
Truthfully. I tried to, what did I do? What did I do? Oh, I would have like recitals like once a month, and I would piss my mom off because I would tell her at the last absolute second, now we gotta do a panic run to freaking Macy's trying to find me a dress, and she has to blow out my hair, make sure I look presentable.
Does your mom know that you didn't know how to play?
Yes, I think she knows now. I don't think she knew at that time. My dad knew though. My dad would crack up laughing at my recitals because he knew I was faking. He would pull me aside afterwards. He's like, "Girl, you wasn't playing up there."
Did your mom have to buy it for you?
My flute? She bought one eventually. In 6th grade, she had to buy me a flute because in 6th grade they had the art class, which I was in art class originally, but they had accidentally put too many students in the class, so then they asked us if we wanted to switch over to music, and my crush was in there at the time, so I switched to music. My crush and like a lot of my close friends were in there,
God.
So I switched to music, and then I get there too late, and my mom had to order like a $99 flute off of Amazon
that you don't even know how to play.
No, it's still in my closet.
And
I literally
you could sell that for way more.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I never knew how to learn. That's also a fun tale with how I got my flute. Then, like in
4th grade to 7th grade, just sitting there playing on people's faces.
Guys, I was a performer when I was a kid. I also did 3 talent shows when I was little. I did the first one by myself.
And like, wait, the teacher never like, Sanaya, you try it now.
Never got a test. Nope. I got a test, but like they would just be like, "Oh, she just needs improvement." That's it. Like I coasted my way. I don't know how I faked it. I honestly can't remember.
And what made you like, I don't want to do this anymore?
I didn't. I moved.
So if you stayed there,
probably
you would have done it all the way through high school.
Probably not all the way.
Imagine you got a scholarship for it.
Probably not through high school, because the high school that I would have gone to if I was in that area was like really big for like performing arts, so I would have like I had to apply for that program. But like yeah, I probably would have continued it like until the end of 8th grade year.
Imagine you applied and like, yeah, I played the flute for like 10 years.
I played the flute for 4 years, guys. And I'm like, I have a friend that still does play the flute. I have like
for real though.
Like yeah, but she pursued dance. She was always been like more creative in performing arts.
That has me crying, bro.
I was such a little liar, but I would lie about like stuff that didn't matter.
What?
It didn't matter.
Mom having to go to Macy's last minute to buy you dresses and shit for your recital. $100 on a flute that you didn't know how to play. It didn't matter.
It wasn't life changing. That's what I mean when I say it didn't matter.
Okay. That was the story. Of you faking playing the flute.
Yeah, but I have another one. When I was in 6th grade, I had a crush. When I was in 5th grade, actually, I had a crush on this guy. I'm not gonna. I was really boy crazy, like until I met my boyfriend. I still am a little boy crazy. I both with celebrity crushes, but I'm a lot boy crazy
person I've ever seen in my life. You should have seen the way she was thirsting over Michael B. Jordan when we were outside waiting to come in here. She's like, Michael B. Jordan. Not even joking.
That's literally how I am, guys. Oh my god.
She like gyrates the air.
What if he heard that? Oh my god. I didn't gyrate the air. I just like that's a good looking man. Like I don't know, I have to like fist. I have to like make a fist in my hand. But anyway, when I was in 5th grade, I had a crush on this guy. And the second I saw him, I was immediately infatuated with him. When he walked through the door, it felt like one of those Disney moments where like the cute hot guy like, just wants no, it felt like when they do like not like that. It felt like when they do like it felt like when the song from Twilight it felt like that.
Like he was cool.
And I saw him and he got to class a little bit late, so I waved him over and he came to sit with me and my table and my friends.
You're like out there when it comes to like dating. You're not shy.
No, not really. I become their friend very quick. I become their friend at the very least very quick. So I called him over to come sit at my table and we're talking, but he was dating my other friend at the time.
Oh,
I was not.
Whoa, how'd that work?
Yeah, in 5th grade. But they had been like long-term dating, I think, or something. And I was like, oh, and I feel so bad about this, but I literally ran interference between them, and I was like, because they were in 2 separate classes, and I was like, well, do you really like him? Like, do you want to keep dating and everything? Like, he wants to know, and she wants to know, and blah, blah, blah. And I just kept bothering them until they were like, never mind, no.
Sanaya, I'm just learning so much about you right now.
Yeah, I was an asshole. I wouldn't do that now, absolutely not. But I broke them up. I told him that I actually delivered the news to him.
So you were just like lying for like
no,
lying?
I wasn't lying. Like they actually had broken up. Like I just kept pestering them about like whether or not they wanted to stay together. And then she was like, you know what, never. Like she was over it.
Do you want to say word? Do you want to say word?
Yeah, I was like that to him. I was asking her if she wanted to stay with him because I was closer with her. And then I came back from like the bathroom or something, and I told him like, oh yeah, she wants to break up with you. And he looked so sad, and I felt bad about it.
You're evil.
I am. I felt bad about it, and I literally and then we were friends for the longest, but he like rebounded really quick. He dated a couple other girls since then.
He didn't even want you and you broke him up.
Yeah, I was all over him. He was so fine to me.
Probably because every time he thinks of y'all breaking up, it's like just your face telling him that she doesn't want him anymore.
I told him we had been.
You should have just put your like appeal up, like, hey.
I should have shown myself. But I told him. But anyway, me and him had been friends for the longest. I actually had a crush on him. He once again, like I said earlier, he had been in my elementary school for a bit, and then he moved away, and then he came back. But when he was first there, me and my other friend at the time, not the girl he was dating, said like, "Oh my god, he's so cute!" Like dibs, like we called dibs on him or something. Did rock paper scissors, and I did that
one time with a boy in my elementary school.
We're kind of like men.
But it was really weird.
Yeah, but I have so many weird crush stories, guys. I liked a 5th grader when I was in 2nd grade, and like I stalked him. I stalked him. Like he didn't.
2nd grade, you're like what, 5?
Yeah, I saw him once, and I became obsessed. I would just like see you. I would like keep an eye out for him around the school and stuff, and I like heard his name in passing. I heard his name in like passing by, and I was like, "Hey, Cole," and then I would like duck down somewhere.
Cole?
Oh yeah, and then he would like duck down somewhere, and I would duck down somewhere, and then he would try to look to see who said hi, and he wouldn't find me.
What? Hi, Cole.
Exactly. She ducked down for the audio listeners, but like yeah. Oh my god. And then I would, or like sometimes I would be like, hi Cole, and I would like wave, but obviously he does not know me in second grade. He is in fifth freaking grade. He is so much higher above me. He's so tall, much taller than me. He's not
Fifth grade,
looking at me.
he's like 11 and you're 5.
Yes. And I literally had my friend write him a note and be like, hey, and then she gave it to him, and I was literally hiding behind the shed, and then while he was playing kickball, and she gives him and was like, do you like me? Yes, no, maybe. And of course he checks no, and then I'm like, okay, and I go play Twilight on the playground with my friends.
Go play Twilight?
Yes, it was my friend who gave him the note, and these two, it was Alyssa, that was her name. It was Alyssa, and then these other guys who liked her, Kai and Elijah. Yes, I'm just name dropping. You don't know their last names. It does not affect you. Kai and Elijah, they were like, they both had a crush on her or something. She was actually dating Elijah at the time, I think. But it was like that. We played Twilight and stuff like that.
What is Twilight?
Two guys being obsessed with her and me being her friend running interference. I don't know. Twilight. That was what it was.
Oh.
No, I did not howl while I was there. Any losers. Then after that, I liked a guy named Adonis, who I did the same thing with, pretty much stalked him, but he kind of like played into it. He was only a year older than me. And then I liked the guy we're at now. I don't know if I want to say his name. I don't want to say his name.
Wait, the guy who you broke up?
Yeah.
What's it? Say his name.
His name was Kale. That
Kale?
did not take much pushing, but yeah, his name was Kale.
I just said, say it.
Okay. I was so entranced by him. So I liked, so I stalked, so Kale, I had a crush on him. We were friends or whatever for like all of 5th grade, but I never asked him out. Then 6th grade came, Valentine's Day came. I wrote him like a cute little note that I had been obsessing over. I put down my phone number and I folded it up, and I actually ended up trimming the paper because at first I did like little kisses on it, and then I was like, that's corny, cut that out. And then I wrote like a Hershey's kiss on it, and I wrote at the end of the note, I said, if you don't want to be my Valentine or my boyfriend, let's forget about this. Don't tell anyone about this. Don't do anything. But I gave it to him like on a week. I gave it to him, and I put my phone number down at the bottom, and I told him to text me if the answer was yes. And we have been communicating over Kik. I used to get so pressed when this boy would call my house phone. We dated for all of 2 days while my friend, who I told him I got my first period to, when I told, did we do that story on this one? I don't know. The friend who I got my first period to, Sierra, I told her this. She was sick. By the time she comes back from school, we dated for 2 days. Me and him had broken up. I gaslight her years later to thinking that we had dated for a week, but it was really 2 days. And I cried my eyes out when we broke up. And then the way he told me, it was like, oh, my parents said I can't date anybody. And then he ends up dating a girl, Camille, like a week later or something, like, bitch, fuck you. And I told my mom that we had broken up, and she was like, Sanaya, like, I don't know why you're crying, because I had literally just told my mom a rant, like, I don't see why people should date at my age, like, you're not doing anything. And she called me out on that. She was like, I don't know why you're crying. She was just so irritated. She was done with me, and she pushed me out of her face, and it was not comforting at all. And that's the story of my first major crush.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I hope you guys feel like you know me.
I have learned a lot about you today.
I am a very diverse person.
Yes. But that is it for this episode, guys. I hope you learned about I hope you learned something about us, if it was good or if it was bad.
Probably bad for me. Sorry.
But yeah, you learned about our childhoods, our first crushes, our first periods, our first everythings. We probably have way more, so maybe we'll do another episode like this.
Two. This is fun.
This was fun. Like,
you know a lot more about
we know a lot more about Sanaya and me. But that's it for today, guys. Please make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms.
Everywhere.
We're TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Twitter,
Spotify now.
Go listen to us. Go
Everything will be
rate
linked below
us
and shown on the screen.
Once again, I'm your host, Jaden.
I'm your host, Sanaya.
And that has been Escapism. Bye, guys.
Bye.
We're going to do a very quick escapism song for you today.
Escapism.
Rampoo!